Hello guys, this man you dey see here, this minister of interior, right? Yes, this minister of interior is the best minister in this government I have ever seen. Yes, I must say it. This minister of interior is the best minister I have ever seen in this particular government. The first video I brought to this particular page concerning this man, I said that no matter say the government where they in power now, INEC produce government, but if we see something good in this government, we must also say it. This minister is doing wonderfully well. No be all these ones where they call be our money. This man is changing the narrative of immigration as it stands now. Just open your ear. I will gist you something before you watch the video. As it starts now, the first video I brought concerning this man, he said that on the February 8th, which was yesterday, that Nigerians will start applying for their passport online, which have already started yesterday. It started yesterday. This man is doing what he's saying, and he is practicalizing it. In this particular video you're gonna watch, you will see how you will be able to apply for your passport online, renew your passport online. Anything you want to do, you will do it online without going to immigration office. So many people where they work for immigration office no go like this man. Yes, they no go like this man because this man don't they remove those small things where they collect from people where they come immigration office come do passports. The only thing you have to do is after you must have fill the form. The only thing that will carry you go immigration office is for you to do your thumbprint, which he said that they will also do, so that the only thing that will take you to immigration office, in fact, nothing will take you to immigration office because after they must have finished their plan. Because according to him, he said that by March this year, after they must have finished everything they have planned to these immigration things, that you apply for your passport online, do everything online, and they will deliver it to your doorstep. Hey, this is so sweet. This man, I give you kudos. Seriously, I thank you for doing this kind of thing. The first video where I make, I said as people are still doing it, you should also learn from other countries where they deliver their own passport to their citizen on their doorstep, and that is what exactly this man is about to do. If you have not watched the video, let me not talk too much. Try to watch the video so that you will know how you apply for your visa, how you apply for your passport online without going to the immigration office to waste your time. Thank you very much, guys. I remain my humble self, the Eggman. This man needs to be given a good dose 100 times. Without the rule, thank you very much, guys. I remain my humble self, the Eggman. Just watch the video.
Let's get into the matter, the reasons why we invited you tonight. Well, part of it is the promise you made right here in that same chair about the ease of obtaining international passport in the Nigerian green international passport. Now, you promised that there will be an online portal. Well, not as though there hasn't been before. There has been, people can actually go online to do this, but there's always a human contact. What did you launch today, and what is the difference?
Well, thank you very much. Nigerians, I want to say good evening once again, and let me thank you for the opportunity of coming here to, we had fixed today as the launch date, and it's so sad for me that on a day like this, a day we should be celebrating, a day that we should be initiating shattering new ground. It's a day that this news, has come to, but it's okay. We're public officers, and we have to know that at every point in time, we're answerable to the people. Having said that, what we've launched today is a scenario whereby we'll be able to minimize the passport application process. As I told you, I was on this show, I promised then that 2 weeks we're going to clear the backlog. Unfortunately, it took us 3 weeks, of which I apologized. And I came again and I said that on January 8th, that we were going to automate the application process. And of course, that we have been able to do. That's the website of Nigerian Immigration Service. And from what you can see on this now, so things that we have been able to do is to be able to make sure that all our breeder documents, you don't need to come to an immigration office with breeder documents. Because what we realize is that some people, some little percentage though of corrupt officers try to make use of opportunity of authenticity to be able to create a bit of issues, for Nigerians. So what we have been able to do is to automate. As you can see, once you get into the immigration website, you just go on passport, which is you apply now. So once you apply on the passport, this is it, apply now. So if you are asking for a fresh passport, you go straight to a fresh passport. If it's for renewal, you go to renewal. But let me start with a fresh passport per se. Now, the first thing it asks you is NIN. Remember, I spoke here on this show that we're going to what's called data convergence, that we want a single point of contact for our data, and we must be able to build identity database around NIMSI, which is what the law says any which way. So now
so is there a handshake between the immigration?
100%.
So as soon as you put a name here, if my data,
you'll see it now.
Okay.
So this is the first page. So you enter your NIN number. Once you enter your NIN number, immediately you enter the NIN number. You see it now. This is just like a test NIN.
It's a test environment.
Yes, but it's live as we speak now.
Okay,
the program
so anyone can go on to it. Is the immigration.com?
Immigration.gov.ng.
Okay.
But this is we use because we can't be using somebody's real name, on live TV because of data. Yes, so you enter your date of birth. The reason for the date of birth is basically to be able to authenticate the name, to be sure that you are actually the owner of the name. Then, of course, there's a captcha there just to be sure that it's not
a security feature.
That it's actually. So you go to verify. Once you go to verify, it brings out all your details, pulls it out automatically from
the NIMSI.
Yes, this is the record you have in NIMSI. So what we have been able to do now is to make sure that identity theft becomes a thing of the past. What we have been able to do is that you can't have one record in NIMSI and have another one in immigration service. So immediately this document comes out, all your details in NIMSI. Then you confirm and continue if it is true. If it is not true, then you have to go and amend it with NIMSI. Then you choose the type of passport that you want to apply for. I mean, you choose your processing state, sorry. Okay. So maybe I'll pick Abia for example. Now you pick Abia, then it brings you the processing office that we have in Abia. Drop down, so you pick that in Abia Umahia, and as well you can check your appointment availability at the center from the beginning. That's just for the purpose of only biometric. That shouldn't take you 3 minutes. So you look at, okay, is it available or not? So you will be able to do that. It tells you, okay, next availability is January 9 in Abia, so you will know that, okay, can I go or whatever.
But those because there was a time that when you pick a date, it gives you almost a year.
No, we're solving that. I'll take you, but that's part of the reason things in the interim. So I go back here, then your booklet type. Do you want a 32 pages? Or the purpose of let's do 32 pages, or let's do 64 pages, for example. Let's do 64 pages. Then you choose the validity period. It's statutorily 10 years. Okay. It's 10 years, so you do 10 years, then, of course, you confirm that you've checked the availability, because if the availability is not okay by you, you can go to another center, pick the nearest center and whatever. Then, of course, it comes to this place. So before, we used to go to immigration office, move your neck, move your this. Then, of course, the snap picture, most times that has shadows, and that's part of the thing that wastes time, and also consumes space. So that does not give us enough room to even install our Isla printer machines, because we need to procure more printing machines to be able to produce the passport. So you just go to upload of the passport. Yes,
the photograph.
Yes, that's the passport photograph. So you go there. Once you go there, you just be able to upload a passport photograph, which is the same passport photograph, the same type that you use for your visa applications, whatever. So it's the same thing exactly. Okay. So that's what you would do. So you go to upload. Once you upload your passport, this is a test case, for example. Okay. Then you, of course, you submit. You go to submit.
This looks like the US visa kind of environment.
Exactly, just as friendly as that. That's what we're trying to do. Then, of course, you're saying that it's okay. It tells you, because this system has a detector. If the passport is not okay, it tells you it's not okay. If it's okay, it tells you it's okay. So if you need to, in line with ICAO standard, which is the global standard of passport that will be done. So you go to continue. After this, then it gives you, of course, your reference number in case you want, at this stage, you want to log out, come back and fill or whatever. You can always continue. You don't need to start all over again. So you confirm that you have copied the reference number, then automatically it has already populated. If you don't mind sharing, if I may stand, you will.
Sorry, just a moment.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Just
so,
you can stand for a moment.
Okay.
I'll allow my guys to come.
So now, when you look at it, we have made sure that some titles are not. You can't adjust some titles on this place because this is to be able to prevent identity theft, identity fraud. So, for instance, now, if you're applying for a fresh passport, not for a change of data, your name is your name. If you want to change your name, then you apply for a change of data. Then your date of birth is your date of birth. Your gender is your gender. So your place of birth is your place of birth. It cannot change. So your country of birth is your country of birth. So this is to make sure that there's harmonization. So there are some areas, for instance, marital status, you can always, marital status is something that you can always, marital status is what you can always adjust. Then, of course, occupation, your maiden name, which is optional, email address. So I put in my email address because the issue here is that if the email, if your application at any point in time has a problem, we send you an automated text message telling you to check your mail that there is a problem. You check your mail immediately, and I sends you a mail of which automatically. Yes. So that's once they review it at the end and there are questions or there are issues. So they send it to you, they tell you what to do, then you are able to redo those things. And once you redo those things, then it automatically updates your
data.
Yes, automatically it does that. So after filling that,
sorry, apologies. What about those who have issues with their data that is already on NIMSI's, their NIN, because there are some people who have issues with some of the data, they like to correct it and all. Would you have to first go to NIN, to NIMSI to correct that?
No, definitely, because don't forget that NIMSI Act is very clear. NIMSI is responsible for management of identity in Nigeria. That's the truth. So you correct it, you do modification in NIMSI, then we have a handshake with NIMSI. So what we're trying to do is that every identity has to be uniform. It has to be one. We don't want a scenario whereby your driver's license, for example, you are 1982. On your passport, you are 1978. In what's it called? In NIMSI, you are 1984. We don't want that. We want to harmonize our data and be sure of the integrity of the system. So you fill this, then the next thing you do is just continue. You go on continue. So once you get to this point, it has automatically filled your state of origin because that cannot change. Your hometown, of course, you fill your hometown, you just fill some few things.
So, one of the major things for a lot of Nigerians is the time lag. The time for you to wait for days, for you to go there, the queues that you make. Sometimes if you want to do your international passport, you have to jettison work on that day.
And that's what
you have to go and queue.
And that's what we're trying.
And there are a lot of people who are there at the immigration passport office who are there to collect money from you.
That is exactly what we're trying to stop. And with this now, the only thing you need to do there is you have an appointment, you just go there, take your biometric, no picture, nobody's looking at your document, nothing. So it's just to take your fingerprint and go 2-3 minutes.
So you're saying that nobody should ask any Nigerian for extra money apart from the money that you officially pay here?
Of course, definitely. In fact, it will be frustrated if Nigerians continue to patronize these people. Because, we have automated the system such that Nigerians do not need for their
Will there come a time that we do not actually have to go to the passport office?
You see, the whole solution is almost ready. We have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. This is phase 1 that we have delivered, and I'll show you to the end. Phase 2 is the one in diaspora. Phase 3, which takes the one in diaspora, will be February 8th. Then phase 3 is the contactless biometric, whereby you don't even need to go again, and that is March 8. We don't want to shock the system with too many things at the same time. Let Nigeria get used to it.
There will come a time that definitely in the next sit in your house, you can do your biometrics.
I guarantee you, in 2 months' time, you sit at home, you do your biometrics, you fill your delivery address, we DHL it to you. We send it to you by courier.
At the end of March?
That is a promise. Not end of March, March 8.
March 8.
That
will be ready.
It's a promise.
Nigerians, write it down.
It is. I have made 2-3 promises on this show because I understand the president. The president is a man that is driven by performance. The president has given us a marching order. Go and make impact. Go and make renewed hope a reality. Go and be good and be wonderful ambassadors of renewed hope. We all signed a bond. We all signed a contract with Mr. President in terms of delivery. And Ministry of Interior is poised towards delivering on every promise that we make. So now going back here, then you go to continue after filling this. Then the next thing you do is, of course, your next of kin. Just fill your next of kin, because we decided that next of kin can change. So that's why we decided that today your next of kin might be your mother, tomorrow might be your wife, might be your daughter, it might be your... So we decided that, okay, you fill the details of your next of kin, and once you fill the details of your next of kin, the phone number, then obviously it takes you, that one will now take you to the last stage, which is for you to upload your supporting document. These are documents that hitherto people used to take to immigration offices, and an immigration officer, we have to say, oh, this one is Jenny, this one. Well, this is another wonderful thing that we have been able to do, and I'll show you. Once you upload this document, now, the automation we have done is not just at the front end. We have also automated the back end of Nigerian Immigration Service. So even review of all these applications, review of the application, the whole, approval, query, everything is now online by immigration. What it helps me to do is that there's an audit trail. So if you approve a passport today to be issued, in 20 years' time, I know who approved it because I can query it on the system.
Just like the banks would do. You have your banker attached to you.
Exactly.
In case you have any issue.
Exactly. So that's what we have been able, to do. And also, you have to also understand that what we have also introduced is what we call the DVOs, because the president is so bothered about the integrity of our data, integrity of our passport. There is this notion that maybe some non-Nigerians, maybe, quote and unquote,
there's a heavy allegation that a lot of time that those from our neighboring
countries, they acquire Nigerian passports.
Nigerian passport was too easy to get.
So what we are doing, what we have done here, why making it more comfortable, why making it more convenient for Nigerians? We have also done our best to introduce what we call the document verification officers. So in all local governments now. So the document that you upload here, they will be verified.
So there is a statutory immigration officer in the 774 local government.
And they are called document verification officers. So what we do, for instance, on local government certificate of citizenship, once you upload, we are not sending them the entire document. All we are sending them is just to send them the reference number and obviously the date of issue. We expect them to send us the details of it. That is a way to ensure that they actually go do the verification. So it is only when they verify your citizenship and your documents that NIS will be able to approve it. This, for a fresh applicant, is supposed to not to take more than 7 days for us to be able to do this, because we already have immigration officers in every local. This reason for this is to ensure that anybody that carries the Nigerian passport is actually a Nigerian that deserves to carry it. And there is no way at the moment. What we used to do was, you bring your passport, your document, we just look at it, oh, the citizenship is there, oh yeah, we tick. But how are we sure it's authentic? How are we sure it's not fake? So what we have, and I believe that it is only the issue of a document that can attest to its authenticity. So that's why now every document that is here, we will verify. Gone are the days when anybody will just bring fake and know that, oh, that's it. If you bring fake, we will get you, we will prosecute you, and we will make sure that you face the full wrath of the law. That is, so once you do this, then the next thing is that you continue. Once you do this, you continue. Once it's okay, then it gives you full details of your application. That is it. So at every point in time, you can view what you have. You can view the documents that you submitted to see maybe it's right. You can look at it. That is that. Then you can always view it. You can whatever. So after this one, you just confirm. You pay your money, get and go for your biometric. Which now, because now when you go for biometric, no officer is looking at you to say, where's your document? Oh, this document nowhere. God said to. All those things does not happen again. So once you go there, you have your number, you just go, take your biometric.
So this brings us to the end of this process.
The end. So the application process max, you not take more than 5 minutes.
So now
this is for new,
for the new application.
But for people that are trying to, for renewal, you just go to renewal here.
And takes you pretty much the same process.
Pretty much the same thing. So once it gives you this, then obviously you can renew. But for now, we are asking people to still bring their EDG ship, then you upload. Okay, let me show you a bit of renewal now. Okay. So let's enter the NIN. For example, this is quite important. Once you enter your NIN, your date of birth, it pulls out your data and it pulls out your data from NIMSI. So we are there's an API now with NIMSI. So we're integrated with NIMSI.
So there's a handshake.
There's handshake, 100%. So any document you get from immigration is what you will get from, verify. You can verify. So it's what you get from NIMSI. So it gives you all this just like you've seen before. Then, just go to next, continue. Just confirm and continue. So now it will ask you for your current passport number.
Okay.
So immediately it goes to please enter the passport number. So it asks you for your present passport number. So it goes to our database, that's the NIS database, and pulls out your data and put it side by side with NIMSI to be sure that
you are the same
exactly. And these are just control measures that we've been able to put. So this one now, it goes directly. So you see what it tells you? Yeah. So it tells you data, this is a data match. This person is the same person. What the data on your current passport says your name is John. So it looks at
compares
it. It compares it. So if it doesn't match, it tells you to go and apply for a change of data. You cannot go forward. So all other processes are almost
Minister.
Then the good thing I need to say again is that when you go to the change of data, what we have been able to do now is to stop anybody from coming to Abuja for change of data. Nobody. It's not just about married.
Whether you're married
or anybody. You don't need to come to. All you do is just the same process. You enter your NIN, then it brings out because if you want to change your data, it means you are actually asking for a reissue. So there are certain documents, depending on your peculiar situation, that you have to upload, within the system. So once this is done, you understand, then wherever you are, all you need to do. But the key issue for change of data is that we always say this: it's not our responsibility to change your data, identity data. It's NIMSI's responsibility.
Okay. That also has to be done at
NIMSI, yes. At NIMSI, and immediately it's done at NIMSI, it synchronizes with our system.
Right here.
Yes, it synchronizes with our system.
One major problem that I have, Honorable Minister, because a lot of people who are watching tonight, and some of their queries as to whether they can actually, reach out to immigration and get their queries, because a lot of people at some point will say, oh, they have an issue, they have this problem, and they wanted to check with immigration. They have this issue, they've applied, but nobody is listening to them, nobody has answered them. We understand that you now have a customer service line.
Yeah.
Is it live now?
No, it is.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it is.
What is the
part of what we did, let me tell you before we even go to the line, is that I sincerely believe that customer service is at the center of any user experience. That's the truth. You must give people that effective customer service, and people must be able to have this feel that this is our thing. There must be that sense of ownership. So part of what we have been able to do is to set up an EPMS already, which is a technical back-end solution that will be able to, do a lot of things that we used to outsource. Part of the complaint people will tell you is that, they used to wait for a particular vendor to approve certain levels of alterations or certain things. We're taking that away and handing it over to the NIS. So we created an EPMS, which is a technical solution. Then two, we've now created what we call a help desk, which is a call center that we've been able to integrate into this system. So at any point in time that you need, what's it called, we'll display it before we go we'll display it on the monitor so that people can call, and it's 24 hours. All
right, let's go on a break, Honorable Minister. We'll come and conclude. We want to hear the help desk. Does it work? We will test it right here on the program before we allow you to go, Honorable Minister. Let's take a break, everyone. But when we come back, so much more on the program. My final moment with the Honorable Minister for Interior, and of course, at the end of the day, I have those who will dissect the major topic today on the program with us. We'll be right back, everyone. So much, everyone. Our closing moment now with the Honorable Minister for Interior, Honorable Olumome Tunji. There are so much questions a lot of Nigerians need to ask, and they are asking questions about data integrity, the breach of this process of this particular website. How can they trust? Because this perhaps is one of only government agencies that you can point at that is gone this far in getting public service delivered to Nigerians. But one important thing for me is whether or not there is any, because the question is that you have a problem and there's nobody to talk to, nobody to call in delivering service. So you talked about help desk number. Do we have it?
Yes.
Does it work?
Yes, I'm just giving you the help desk number.
Okay. Let's try to call the number.
Yes,
if the help desk number works, we can put it right on the screen.
Yes,
let's test whether or not it works.
I wanted to, and of course, the email for customer services, the email on the website.
Is it 24/7?
It's 24/7. There are people. We have officers statutorily 24/7. They are there. That's part of what we've been able to do. We set up systems for them. That is the email. I mean, the complaint. Support at, and that's NIS Savicom
for
at
different
for different things. But for the help desk, for the help center, I've just given you the number which you can.
They're putting up now.
And if you want me to call it for you,
you can call it out so that Nigerians can also have it.
We have the number. Sorry, I have to.
All right. So it's right there for anyone who is watching right now. You can look at the help desk number in case you have any issue with your passport issuance, with your renewal, with your date and all what have you. They said they've launched it. If you have any problem, since it's almost contactless now, who can you talk to? Because you become so helpless.
The help desk number is 091 21 900 655.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we'll get to be able to talk to one of your help desk person, and let's see whether or not this works.
But Sean, one thing I want to assure Nigerians is this: it's about swift experience, it's about renewed hope. Please take this to the bank. We have the whole solution ready. It's not just about immigration service. As I said on this show, I don't want to be remembered as Minister of Immigration. I want to be remembered as a minister under the tutelage of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saddled with the responsibility of Ministry of Interior. Later on, we'll come to this show and tell you what we're doing in the fire service. You will see the first tier 1 fire academy in West Africa. In Sheda is what we are putting in place. The first tier 1 in the entire West Africa. You'll see what we're trying to build there. You'll see how we're trying to create about 2-3 million jobs from the fire service by turning the fire service from just an operator but to a regulator, and where the private sector can leverage on opportunities to create jobs and opportunities. So you will see what we're doing in that regard. And you see what we're trying to do in the Nigerian Correctional Centers very soon with the way we are renovating. And I can give you a good news. Just yesterday, the country director of UNODC sent me a mail that, of course, the international bodies now are collaborating with us on this issue of prison reforms, especially on our inmate audit that we're trying to do to be able to audit all our correctional centers and ensure that people that are in correctional centers are people that are ordinarily meant to be in correctional centers. So there are a lot of things that we're trying to do. But for the passport scheme, I tell you, this solution we've just shown you is for now, is for Nigeria. By February 8th, the solution we will unveil that of the diaspora. Then by March 8th, as I said, every Nigerian will have an immigration office on their phones. That is the target. No more human contact in terms of that. And by that March 8th, my brother, we will invite you to the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. We will tell you to tell your correspondents to go to all international airports in Nigeria. The e-gate will be live and direct, where Nigerians will be able to come into the country without any interaction with immigration officers, unless they are persons of interest. So we are transforming the whole process. When you go to the immigration center, you will see the command and control center that is presently going on there. It's a massive world-class project that we're trying to do. But the help desk, as I said, all these services, no matter how well we deliver, we have to ensure that user experience is key. We have to make sure that Nigerians can actually seek help when they need help. And that's why there's this help desk. And about what you said about data integrity and security, Sheung, I am an IT professional to the core. I'm a certified ethical hacker. I am an IT security expert. So it is at the center of whatever we do. Nigerians can be sure of the integrity of their data, and is much spoken about. Single point of contact of data harmonization is finding fulfillment, starting with Ministry of Interior. And hopefully from NIS, the NIMSI will be in charge of identity management all over Nigeria, and Nigeria can boast of having just a unified database for identity management.
I wanted to test that number, but it seems that a lot of Nigerians, as soon as that number has been displayed, a lot of them are engaging the number. The number has been very busy.
No, I will love you to call the number.
I want to call the number, but the number has been engaged. I've been trying to reach the number, but it's been engaged. But Honorable,
what we're also trying to do is to be able to route it, to be able to have like about 10 different helplines, yes, and whatever, to be able to create, multiple lines. We are trying to do that exactly. So we are already we're trying. We have told them we're initiating talk with NCC to be able to have probably a toll-free line, or to be able to. So we are working on that. But for now, this is what we have, and we will love you to call the number and testify to the sweet experience of renewed hope.
I hope it's actually a sweet one, because I'm still trying. But there's this one last one that I'd like you to. I just have 60 seconds before you go, Honorable Minister. As the owner of the company in which you talked about, would you be willing to return, that the company returns the consultancy fees which it got in this contract with the humanitarian ministry, if only to fulfill all righteousness?
Sure. Do not drag me into a business that is not mine. I am not the director. I am not in charge of day-to-day operation of the company. As I have said, did the company go through the due process? If the answer is a yes, fantastic. If they didn't do it, then government takes charge of it. I'm not involved. I've not been involved in the affairs of the company in the last 5 years. Is it on January 1, when I was busy in immigration headquarters and I was working, you were there with me. On Saturday, we were busy working. Even on Sunday, we were working, trying to bring up a sweet experience. So for me, this issue is just a diversion. As far as I'm concerned, it's a non-issue for me. I am not a director in the company. And if the company is found wanted, then definitely the law will take its course. But as far as I'm concerned, I am a different entity from the company. And as of today, I am not an officer of the company, but I am an officer and minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, courtesy of the magnanimity of Mr. President Bola Tinubu.
Olubumitunji, your Minister of Interior, thank you so much indeed.
Thank you so much.